I've been hearing that Tongyeong is one of the most beautiful cities here in South Korea, so I came down to see if it lives up to the hype. Unfortunately, when I got here yesterday afternoon, it was raining quite a bit, and that put a little bit of a damper on my plans. I met up with some friends, had a lovely dinner, and then we ended up staying up pretty late into the morning playing some board games. Unfortunately, I'm the only one who managed to get up early enough to go and check out the cable car, which starts here in just a little bit. It was 13,500 won to get up to the top. I got a one-way ticket because there's some temples I want to see on the way down. But let's go ahead and check out and see if this city lives up to its hype. The Tongyeong Cable Car takes about 9 minutes to reach the top, and it spans a distance of 1,975 meters, which comes out to about 1.23 miles, which is the only way I can actually measure things since I'm a red-blooded American, and I'll be damned if I have my life dictated by a foreign ruler. Unfortunately, the cable car doesn't go all the way up to the top of the mountain. However, you can still manage to get a fantastic view of the ocean, and it sets you up for a nice little hike if you're in the mood for something easy. There's a decent vertical incline, but all of the paths are built up, so you don't need to be a seasoned hiker to reach the top. And there's even a little wishing well. A no-good, lazy, no-job-having wishing well that just leeches off of people like me. There's 2 walking paths that you can take. I took one. I'm hoping I can loop around and take the other one. It doesn't really matter which path you decide to take to get up to the top of the mountain, but I definitely recommend you do it because it gives you fantastic 360-degree views of the surrounding area. I made it up to the summit and there are some really fantastic views. I'm currently trying to figure out where the walking path is to Mirae Temple, which is over here in the distance. I'm currently at the viewpoint for the Battle of Nammangsan, which is a really important battle, but I cannot figure out where the walking path is. But I want to try and get there because apparently it takes about 30 minutes walk, so we'll see if we can find it. I made it up to the summit and there are some absolutely amazing views up there. So this place is definitely living up to the hype so far. I'm excited to see more of what this place has to offer. There are a lot of elderly folk up there, which gives me hope that I will have the same level of vigor when I am in my golden years. I am now on my way to Miraesa Temple. I don't know what to expect, but there is a great walking path here through the woods. This walking path apparently takes about 30 minutes to get there, but it's not too difficult. I'm very happy with it. So let's see what else we can get here. I was making my way through the woods and I started hearing some chanting and I stumbled upon Miraesa Temple. The people there were really nice, but then I explored the temple grounds. And it's a lovely little temple. It's not too big, not a whole lot of people there. There's a lot of cats. It's a place you can walk around for 10, 15 minutes. It's a little bit out of the way, kind of off the beaten path in the middle of the woods. So I have to make my way back. It's about 2 kilometers back to the base of the cable car. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I have another temple that I want to see. It's Yonghwasa Temple. And then apparently right next to that is the Luge. So hopefully I can try those 2 spots out. We'll find out. I am not a gambling man, but I am willing to guess that this is in fact Yonghwasa Temple. Yonghwasa Temple was very lovely, much bigger than the other temple. Still at the base of the mountains in the woods, but much closer to civilization. There's a few more people there than the last place, but it wasn't crowded by any means. I am on my way over to the Luge. I see the cable car off in the distance. I'm gonna go check that out. I was hoping that the weather would have held out, but I am starting to feel a few raindrops. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I am at the luge spot, and this looks pretty promising. It looks like it should be some fun. Doesn't look too steep or anything. It looks like it might be a little bit more geared towards kids, but we'll see what's going on. All right, this is, let's go. I was honestly expecting this to not be all that exciting, but you're getting some good speeds and some good views, and I like it. I was honestly anticipating that I wouldn't have that much fun doing this. I figured it'd be like one time, okay, that's cool, that's it. But I'm glad I picked up 4 rides because this is actually kind of a blast. You get some good speeds and yeah, I'm absolutely having a lot of fun. I see some people racing and that looks actually fun, but I only have 1 more ride, unfortunately. I do have to go see some other stuff. I thought that the luge was gonna be mediocre at best, but that was honestly quite a blast. I wanted to do it more, but I also wanna go see some more places, so let's move on to the next spot. Over here we have one of the legendary turtle ships. Obviously this is a reconstruction, it's not an original, but in 1592 when the Japanese invaded, Admiral Yi, absolute Chad of a guy, managed to use these to drive a wedge between the Japanese fleets, ending up defeating them. In some of the battles, he actually didn't even lose a single ship. He was vastly outnumbered, and it ultimately ended up turning the tide of the war, stopped the Japanese advancement, and basically saved the Korean peninsula from being invaded. Now, some people kind of like to discredit him and say that he had technologically superior ships, but you know what? He was absolutely outnumbered. He did get some help from the Ming Dynasty as well, but his strategy was something that he was able to leverage along with these ships to save Korea. So there's a reason why he's so well revered here. I am too tall for this. There is not a lot of headspace. I need to watch my head. Once you're done exploring the turtle ships, Dongpirang Cultural Village is not that far away. You can get there by passing through the Jungang Market. If you decide to walk around and explore this market, just keep in mind it is on the coast, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of fish. Like these guys here, starting their own little circle pit like they're at some sort of Slayer concert. I was definitely hoping that the weather would have stayed nice, but that does not seem to be the case. This morning kind of gave me false promises. But I have made it over to the Dongpirang Mural Village. This is similar to the idea as Gamcheon, where they wanted to take it down and destroy the area and then a bunch of people came through and turned it into a public arts project. This is actually the first one. So this came before all the other ones, even though Gamcheon is the famous one over in Busan. This is the OG, and you get a great view of the harbor. It's not as big, but it's definitely a nice, cute little spot to come check out. I am also freezing though, so I am going to head back down and maybe try and find somewhere to warm up. Can you recommend somewhere to get a bite to eat? Because I am starving. At this point, I was getting ready to wrap up the day here in Tongyeong, but that's not without visiting the sculpture park. It's about a 5-minute walk away. This is a really popular area for date nights. A lot of people have also recommended that you check it out at night. They have a whole bunch of lights, and it apparently looks like some sort of fantasy land when you're there. Thank you everyone for sticking around to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and possibly learned something new. And just for your information, it's not that cold this time of year in Tongyeong. This footage was recorded back in March of 2025. However, I was unable to post it until now in August because I had a really bad back injury and I was unable to sit in front of a computer for extended periods of time to edit a video. But I am doing much better now, and I will have another video out for you next week, so stay tuned for that. It will finally be the Season 2 filming locations for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Until next time, take care.